Well, I'm delighted to say with me now, it's great to see Justin Cochrane back at AFC Wimbledon in your new position, of course, now at Manchester United, but you're down here to talk about the Pro Experience programme. Tell us about it.
Well, it's good to be back firstly, good to be back to watch the players train today, to meet with the manager and the staff and see the good work that they're doing and continuing to do. But the Pro Experience programme is just an opportunity for the young players at Manchester United to go into environments, senior environments in the league, for them to spend a week with teams where we have contacts, where I know the manager and know what environment they have there, and just to get a feel for what men's football is really like. They get the full open door in terms of seeing what it's like in training, in meetings. The boys did a warm-up on Tuesday. All they don't do is play in the game, so it's a great experience for these young players who are predominantly used to playing in youth fixtures, just to feel the different levels of intensity and what's required in a men's environment.
So the end of week report in terms of for Wimbledon and for Manchester United, how's it gone for all parties?
Oh, the two boys have really enjoyed it. You know, they've been welcomed since day one. They've enjoyed the environment. They've enjoyed the camaraderie of the team. The players have been very helpful. The players have taken them under their wing, and they've enjoyed training as well as going to the game. Speaking to them, they speak a lot about the environment here at Wimbledon and how you know, there seems to be like a group feeling, a really team camaraderie, a young group as well. But they've really embraced the training and embraced what the club's about.
And of course, yeah, as you say, coming from Manchester United and then coming to the special club that we've got here, you know, run by the fans and so on, have they been able to gauge just a snapshot of what we've got going on here?
Yeah, they know it's the greatest story in English football. They know that, they understand it's fan owned and what happened in just nearly 20 years ago. So yeah, they've actually taken into the values of the club, and they've done a little bit of history and a little bit of research, and I spent some time here, so I made them aware of where they were going and the types of people that would be involved, and they really have enjoyed it. You know, they've enjoyed the training, they've enjoyed the intensity, they've enjoyed the challenge, and they've just enjoyed being in the men's environment around good senior pros, as well as some really talented young players who've played league games.
So you've done this at other clubs as well. Was it sort of kind of also your input into coming to AFC Wimbledon, yeah?
Yeah, it was just, obviously I've got a good relationship with the staff here. I was here for 19 games from February, and I just knew when I took the job at Manchester United, if there's an opportunity for something like this programme to exist, that I'd love to send the players to Wimbledon. I believe in the environment, I believe in the processes the manager's got in place, and I believe that the young players they've got here at the club, they're going to develop and get better. So what a great place to send young players from Manchester United for a week's training.
So of course that does lead to the next question. Does it sort of be a relationship that you think that could continue, we could do again?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I spoke to Robert, I spoke to him about potential players, and we had some conversations about maybe potential loans. You know, I just want to have relationships with good people, and Robert's doing a fantastic thing here at Wimbledon. He's got the right environment, he's trying to play the right way. And it's just impressive. I was impressed last year, and I'm impressed even more so coming back here again today. And the staff he's got here, he's got good staff that are developing as well, and it makes for an environment where people are going to get better.
Of course, as well in your role looking at developing players as well, and it interested me that the fact that you've got an experienced player back at United like Paul Scholes, who's been working with the 23s, but he's there to help those 23s. Here in a different way, we've kind of got Darius Charles who's come back, who's a player, not a coach yet, but mentoring players. It's interesting times in the world of coaching.
Yeah, well, I feel that young players need to, the transition from youth football into senior football usually is via a loan, but this is just almost like bridging that natural process. So this is having someone like Darius, who I know well, vastly experienced, understands the levels, understands what's required from a character and a mentality perspective. Just the same with Paul Scholes, who played nearly 400 games, a lot of them games in the Premier League, and played for his country. So having these people around young players gives them an understanding of what it might take, the mentorship role, call it, but also putting some demands on these players that they might not get from their peers of the same age.
Of course, as well at AFC Wimbledon, things have been a little bit different in terms of coaching. There's a very forward-thinking way of doing it. I mean, James Simmons has now come in from Chelsea. He's currently doing the role that you were kind of doing last season. There's also, of course, Andy Parslow, who's been working on the restart. Sammy Lander, who's working on, they get the phrasing right because he likes to call it the finishes rather than the substitutes coach. So it's interesting times. Do you talk to all these coaches as well, yeah?
Yeah, so Robbo's very open. He's one of the most open coaches, managers that I've met. He's always looking for ways to get an edge and using different people. And this club is fan known. This club is a club where it's been quite open and welcoming to me, and Robbo's been welcoming to other members of staff who can help. And I spoke with James and Simo. I knew him from when he was at Chelsea. He's a very, very good coach. He's done a lot of hours of coaching. He's been there a while. So he's now adding value to Wimbledon, which will benefit firstly the club and the players here, but also himself.
But also as well from a coaching development point of view, I mean, how much did your time here at AFC Wimbledon, because we were in a pressurised situation, you managed to help keep us in League One, how much has that helped you now going forward in life with your career?
Yeah, it was brilliant for me because I got an opportunity to work with senior players, I got an opportunity to work with Robbo, I got an opportunity to work with this fantastic football club. And it's helped me a lot because I knew, but seeing it close up, you know what the demands are to play in League One. So if League One's here, the demands might be slightly higher for Championship, and definitely the Premier League is very high. So my role at Manchester United, I'm constantly trying to reiterate the importance of character, mentality, the right standards and values, as well as having all the technical and tactical ability to help young players have a career. And this time spent here meant that I got a good understanding of what's probably required to be successful in League One for a young player.
And of course for yourself, as now you've got that attachment with AFC Wimbledon, you'll be keeping an eye out for them. Did you pick that up from the lads as well? Are they going to be sort of, even though they've spent a week here, they'll be keeping an eye on our story?
Yeah, for sure. Speaking to the boys, they made friends, which is an important part of football, enjoying it. Playing football with a smile on your face, meeting people, they've made friends. I'm sure they'll be following the results, I'm sure they'll be staying in contact. You never know what might happen in the future.
So really that's what the essence of it is about. It's about getting the players to come out, get that experience, preparing them for perhaps going on to a loan elsewhere, yeah?
Yeah, so it's very unlikely that the player's going to go straight from Man United youth or 23 straight into the first team. So a loan usually bridges that. And if there's opportunities for players, maybe not these two, but other players, it could be these two, if they come to Wimbledon, I know what they'll get in the experience they have here will really serve them well for their future.
Justin, it's a fascinating story. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Rob. Take care.